I will not consider the first three terms, so that the total terms will be n minus 6 minus 3. You need to subtract the first three terms, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so totally there will be n minus 9 number of terms. Now I will split the exponents alpha raised to n into alpha raised to minus k, and alpha raised to n is constant which you can take outside, so that this will become a GP, isn't it? It will become a GP starting from alpha to the power 4, alpha to the power 5, etc. up to alpha to the power minus of n minus 6. Totally, there are n minus 9 terms as I told you. Now you can change the negative power to positive power. That is, you can replace alpha raised to minus 4 like 1 by alpha to the power 4. Alpha raised to n is outside. Now you can write in this way. Correct now? You have changed the negative power towards positive just by taking the reciprocal. Now this is a GP having n minus 9 terms. You know the general expression for GP, A into, tell me the general expression for GP, the summation of n terms. What is the sum of n terms for a GP? Geometric progression. Tell me the equation, all of you.
So 1 minus r to the power n divided by 1 minus r.
Yeah. So from this particular series, it is observed that the common ratio here is 1 by alpha, and the starting term is 1 by alpha a to the power 4. The first term is 1 by alpha to the power 4. So this equation, general equation, can be modified that like this. A is alpha to the power minus 4. 1 by alpha raised to 4 is alpha to the power minus 4 into 1 minus common ratio is 1 by alpha to the power. How many terms are there? N minus 9 terms divided by 1 minus alpha. Now you need to simplify this. Take LCM and simplify. So it will become, I'll work it over here only. Alpha raised to minus 4 whole into alpha to the power n minus 9 is LCM, right? So alpha to the power n minus 9 minus 1 whole divided by alpha to the power n minus 9. This is the simplification part of the numerator. Similarly, in the denominator, you will have alpha minus 1 whole divided by alpha. Correct? Now division is nothing but into reciprocal. So it will be alpha to the power minus 4 multiplied by that fraction alpha to the power n minus 9 minus 1 divided by alpha to the power n minus 9. Division means into reciprocal. So alpha will come over the numerator. So into alpha whole divided by alpha minus 1. So this is equal to alpha to the power minus 4 into this alpha to the power minus 4 into alpha can be considered as alpha to the power minus 3, isn't it? You can multiply alpha to the power minus 4 and alpha, so that will be minus 3, alpha to the power minus 3. And in the numerator, you are having alpha raised to n minus 9 minus 1 divided by, again you multiply these two terms. When you multiply these two terms, what it will be? It will become alpha to the power n minus 9 into alpha, isn't it? Minus alpha to the power n minus 9. or else you can, yeah, you can club these three. Okay, don't multiply in complicated. Okay, you can multiply all the terms of alpha together and that is better. So take all those alphas exponents together and try to multiply. So what will be your answer? Your answer will be equal to alpha to the power minus 4 into alpha divided by alpha to the power n minus 9. So that you can take common. Okay, remaining thing let it be like this. Let it be like this only. Then it will become, you can add the exponents minus 4 plus 1 minus of n minus 9, isn't it? Combine the exponents. Division means we'll put a minus. Multiplication means the exponents will be added, right? So minus 4 plus 1. This is 1, alpha to the power 1. So minus 4 plus 1 minus of n minus 9. So the equation will become, tell me, alpha to the power minus 3 minus n
6 minus n.
plus 9. Yeah, minus 3 minus 9 plus 9 into alpha to the power n minus 9 minus 1 divided by alpha minus 1. So it will be alpha to the power 9 minus 3 is 6. So 6 minus 9, isn't it? 6 minus n. 6 minus n into alpha to the power n minus 9 minus 1 by alpha minus 1. Now you can multiply this alpha to this terms, that is the term within the bracket, the numerator, so that it will become alpha to the power 6 minus 9 plus n minus 9, correct? Minus alpha to the power 6 minus 9, sorry, 6 minus n divided by alpha minus 1. Alpha to the power 6 minus n I have taken inside the bracket. So that I'll be combining that 6 minus 9, 6 minus n and n minus 9 together, so that n will become cancelled. So it will become alpha to the power minus 3. 6 minus 9 is minus 3. Any mistakes? Minus 4 plus 1 minus of n minus 9. So it will become minus 3 minus n plus 9. That is 6 minus n. Correct, no? Anybody got the same answer? Have you worked? Have you done your homework?
So we have to multiply alpha per n to get y of n.
Alpha, yeah, correct, yes. What is alpha to the power n? Yeah, alpha to the power n is outside, yes. Yes. So the final answer will go like this. Alpha to the power, this is your summation, that summation of n minus 9 terms. Okay. This is your summation. So this is alpha to the power minus 3. Alpha to the power minus 3 minus alpha to the power 6 minus n divided by alpha minus 1. Now y of n is equal to, see, you have alpha raised to n outside, that you need to take. So alpha raised to n into alpha raised to minus 3 minus alpha raised to 6 minus n divided by alpha minus 1. Again, you need to multiply. So it will become alpha raised to n minus 3 minus alpha raised to n plus 6 minus n means alpha to the power 6 divided by alpha minus 1. So this is your final answer for y of n, which case for n less than, sorry, which is a case between 4 and 7 or 7 and 10, right? Yeah, 7 less than.
Yes, 7 and 10.
Yes, thank you. 7 less than or equal to 10 less than or equal to 10. Don't forget to multiply this alpha raised to n as I makes always. Okay. Alpha raised to n you have taken outside. It is there actually. Correct. This alpha raised to n, whichever you have taken outside the summation, you need to take back at the end. So now you have finished all the cases. Now you are there to write the final answers for different cases at one stretch. Already you have y of n is equal to, what is the first case? First case 0 to 4. Before that, you can take n less than 0 case. For n less than 0, we know that there is no common terms to multiply or common time durations to multiply. So y of n can be considered as 0 for n less than 0. Then for the second case, we have, can you tell me the answer? I don't have those answer. Can you tell me whatever you have done in the previous class between 0 and 4, 0 and 3, right? Between 0 and 3, what was the answer, Sayan?
Sir, 0 and 4, sir.
Okay, 0 and 4, tell me.
Sir, 0 and 4, sir.
Yeah, tell me the answer. Y of an answer.
Sir, alpha power n into 1 minus 1 divided by.
Okay. You have multiplied that alpha to the power n to inside, no? Multiply that alpha to the power n within the bracket, and then you tell me the answer.
Sir, alpha to the power n plus 1 minus 1 by alpha minus 1.
Yeah. Then after you have 5 to, isn't it? Yeah, 5 to 6, you have some answer. What is that?
Alpha to the power n plus 1 minus alpha to the power n minus 4 by alpha minus 1.
Okay. Then later you have 7 to 10. That is now alpha to the power n minus 4, sorry, n minus 3 minus alpha to the power 6 divided by alpha minus 1. And whenever you go greater than 10, it is understood that it is 0. You can check. Okay. There won't be any signals which is common in those duration. So n greater than 10, it is 0. So this is the final answer for y of n. But there is one more question in that given. The second part of the question, you need to plot y of n for what alpha? Can you check me the question and tell me? Can you check the question and tell me? You need to plot y of n for?
Sir, alpha equal to 2.
Yeah, alpha is equal to 2. So kindly you substitute alpha is equal to 2 for these cases separately and tell me the answer. And you need to plot. So first what I will do is, we will be doing only for these three cases because first case and last case it is understood that answer is 0. So if 0 less than or equal to n less than or equal to 4, first you will take 0 less than or equal to n less than or equal to 4, and the expression for y of n is alpha to the power n plus 1 minus 1 divided by alpha minus 1. In that you need to find y of 0, y of 1, y of 2, y of 3, and y of 4. Isn't it? 0 to 4 means including 0 and including 4, you are going to find the expressions for, I mean, value of y of n. In that, you need to substitute the alpha's value too. So y of 0 means n is equal to 0. So 2 raised to 1 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1. Like that, you find all the answers and tell me. Y of 0 means you need to substitute the value of n as 0 and alpha is 2, which is given in the question. So like that, each individual values we need to find and draw. So y of 0 is 1, isn't it? 2 minus 1, that is 1 by 1 is 1. And what about y of 1? Y of 1, 2 to the power 2 minus 1, that is 4 minus 1, 3. 3 by 1 is 3. Y of 2 means you need to substitute n as 2. So 2 to the power 2 plus 1 is 3 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1. That is 7. Then find y of 3.
15.
50.
31.
What is that? 31.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Y of 4 is 31. Okay, that case finished. Now we will analyze 5 and 6 case. That is this one. 5 less than or equal to n less than or equal to 6. For 5 less than or equal to n less than or equal to 6 case, the equation what we have developed, it was represented by alpha to the power n plus 1 minus alpha to the power n minus 4 divided by alpha minus 1. In that also you need to put the value of alpha and corresponding value of n. So in this you are going to find only y of 5 and y of 6. Take your calculators. Don't sit idle. Take your calculator, substitute and tell me the answer. Rakshita Sharma, unmute and speak. Tell me the answer for y of 5. After calculating, you need to tell me the answer for y of 5. Next chance is for Rohit P. Okay. Y of 6 you need to tell. Rohit P, you need to tell about y of 6. Rakshita Sharma, tell me the value of y of 5. You need to use the value of alpha as 2. Rakshita. Harshit Gowda, what is y of 5? You are not audible, Harshit. You can chat. You can put it in the chat box, the answer. Sagar, you tell me y of 5. Sagar.
Sir, doings.
Okay, okay. Yes, Harshit, you got 62. That is correct. So y of 5 is 62. Hope everyone has got this. Krishnendra, did you got the answer? 62.
Yes, sir. I got the same.
Okay.
62.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mamta, can I know what is the value of y of 6? Mamta. Mamta, what is the value of y of 6?
Sir, is it 124?
Yeah, it is 124. Yes, Sayan, it is 124. So that case also finished. Now, which is the third case that we have from 7 to 10, you are going to substitute in this equation. This is the equation that we are taking for 7 to 10. That is y of n is equal to alpha to the power n minus 3 minus alpha to the power 6 by alpha minus 1. So you need to tell me the answers for y of 7, y of 8, y of 9, y of 10.
Sir, y of 7 is minus 48, sir.
Minus, I don't have the answer, but it is positive only, not negative. Positive, I guess.
So y of 7 is minus 48.
Minus, okay. How many of you have got the same answer? Let me know. Alpha is 7, right? So 7 to the power alpha 2 raised to 7 minus 3 minus alpha raised to 6 by 2 minus 1. That is 2 to the power. Yeah, it will be negative. It will be negative. 2 to the power 4 minus 2 to the power 6. So 16 minus, what is 2 to the power 6? 64, right?
64.
Yeah, so answer will be minus 48, correct. Similarly, y of 8
minus 32.
yeah, y of 9 minus 3 is,
Sir, y of 9 is 0.
yeah, correct. Y of 9 is, because when you substitute, you will get alpha to the power 6 minus alpha to the power 6, that will be 0. Y of 10 is 2 to the power 5 minus, sorry, 2 to the power 7, 2 to the power 7 minus,
Sir, 2 to the power 10 minus,
no, 7, no, n minus 3.
yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Sir, 64 is answer.
Yeah, correct. That is 128 minus 64, it will get, right? By 1. So answer is 64. So these are the answers that you got. Now, based upon this, you need to plot the final graph for y of n. Y of n is defined from 1 to 10, because 0, I think you don't have, yeah, 0 also you have value. 0 you have values, right? Yeah, y of 0 is 1. So 1, 3, 7, 15, 31. 1, 3, 7, 1, 3, 7, 15, 31. 15, 31. Then what about y of 5? Y of 5 is 62, 124. 62, 124. Y of 7 is minus 48, minus 32. So it will come down, minus 48, minus 32. Y of 9 is 0, so it will be in x-axis itself. And last, y of 10 is again 64. So this is your final output graph. Y of 10 is, y of 6 is 126. Is it? Y of 6 is 126? Check again.
Sir, 124.
Yeah. Surya, you check once again. Y of 6. Alpha is 2, right? So 2 to the power 6 plus 1, that is 7. Minus 2 to the power 6 minus 4 is 2 divided by 1. What is 2 to the power 7? 2 to the power 5 is 32. 64. 2 to the power 6 is 64. 128, right? 128 minus 4. It is 120. No problems. So this is a little bit lengthier problem. So the most toughest one. It is not tough, actually, it is lengthy. Okay. But you need to practice this. Very important. So now I will go to the next topic. So as of now, we have found the impulse response for a discrete, I mean the output of a discrete time system by using the impulse response. X of n and h of n was given to you based upon convolution for a finite sequence. See, all these are infinite sequence, not finite, isn't it? They are infinite sequence. Either x of n or h of n, it will be infinite in certain cases, or it can be finite also. Finite also we have done. Okay, so based upon this, we got the output y of n by using graphical methods. Now we will go to the continuous time system. Same procedure, but the continuous time systems only we are going to analyze. So take the heading. Take down the heading. The representation for LTI system, sorry, continuous time LTI system, in terms of impulse response. Representation means how we are going to find the output of a continuous time LTI system. What do you mean by LTI system? That was a question for your series CIE exam. What is LTI system? Linear time invariant system which is satisfying
Invariant.
linearity and time invariance. That is called as LTI system. So any system which is continuous in nature and which is characterized as LTI, then its output can be find out by using impulse response. So how you can find the output of a system by using impulse response for a given input? That is what we are going to discuss now. You know that any input x of t can be represented as like this. This is nothing but the weighted superposition of time shifted impulse response. What is this? Called as weighted superposition of time shifted impulse response. Yeah. So this is the output is sorry, any input x of t or any signal x of t can be represented as the weighted superposition of time shifted impulse response. So what is a weight over here? What is a weight? Weight means the multiplication factor or a constant. So this is called the weight. Okay. So weighted superposition means it should be summation or integral. But as of now, this is a continuous time signal. Summation you can't do, isn't it? So you will go for integral. So rather than putting sigma k varies from minus infinity to infinity, now you will be putting integral minus infinity to infinity. And instead of k, here you have tau. You know the representation of x of n. How did you represent x of n? X of n is nothing but the weighted sum of time shifted impulse response. That is sigma k varies from minus infinity to infinity x of k into del of n minus k. That is a way that you represented earlier for a discrete time signal. But now we were handling the continuous time signal, isn't it? So what the modification that we have done is, instead of putting k varies from minus infinity to infinity, now you have the integral. Instead of putting x of k, now you have x of tau. Instead of putting del of n minus k, now you have del of t minus tau. Since you have an integration, you need to put d tau because you are integrating with respect to tau. There you have the summation with respect to k. Now here you have the integration with respect to tau. So that is the only difference. Now this aspect we have already discussed how to represent a given discrete time signal in terms of shifted impulse response. The same way I have represented, but it is a continuous time signal. So for representing the continuous time signal, what I have done is I have replaced sigma with integral x of k with x of tau, del of n minus k with the del of t minus tau, and simply I put an integration variable, that is d tau. I hope this is clear for you. Now, this input x of t you are giving to a system. So take a system. What kind of system is that? It is an LTI, continuous time system. So to this system, I will be giving an input x of t, and based upon the working of the system, you will get an output y of t. Isn't it? Now, this system will perform a task over the input x of t, so that you will get an output y of t. So transformation of x of t can be called as y of t. Now, how this transformation can be represented, or how this x of t can be represented from the previous equation, x of t can be represented as weighted superposition. It is not weighted sum. If you write weighted sum, means it is wrong. Weighted sum is applicable for which system? Which system? Weighted sum is applicable for which kind of system?
Linear system.
Discrete system. For continuous system, yeah, it is discrete. For continuous time system, you need to replace, isn't it? You need to see within 1 minute this meeting will get end. You can relog in with the same.